Imagine a secret city, deep under the Amazon River, built of shimmering stones and glowing lights. Glowing star where magical beings swim faster than dolphins and talk to the trees. Deciduous tree sparkles. This isn't just a dream. Deep in the heart of Brazil's Amazon rainforest, the legends of the Yacuruna tell us about an ancient, hidden world under the rivers. But are these underwater people guardians, or a warning for humans who forget the balance of nature? Dive with us into the sparkling depths of one of Brazil's most incredible Amazon legends, the secrets of the Yacuruna. Waterwave tropical fish dizzy. Grandpa João looked at Lucas with twinkling eyes. Ever since Lucas had seen the pink dolphins, or Boto in Portuguese, he'd been asking a million questions. And this was the perfect time to teach the boy something truly special. The sky was filled with millions of stars and the jungle around them buzzed with nocturnal life. Lucas snuggled closer to his grandpa by the campfire, its light dancing in his wide, curious eyes. "You've seen the surface magic, meu neto," Grandpa João began, his voice low and rumbling like distant thunder. "But under the rivers, there's another world altogether. It's time you knew about the Yacuruna." As he spoke, the flickering firelight seemed to weave tales of another world. Lucas sat spellbound, ready to dive deep into the mysteries his grandfather was about to unfold. Who are the Yacuruna? In ancient times, long before humans roamed the land, the rivers of the Amazon flowed with sparkling purity, untouched and unsullied. Back then, the gods looked down on humanity and saw some humans who were wise, noble and kind, people who lived in harmony with the natural world. They chose these select few to dwell beneath the water, becoming the guardians of the rivers, the protectors of aquatic life and the keepers of the world's secrets hidden beneath the waves. These divine beings were known as the Yacuruna, a name that echoes with the whisper of the wind through tall grasses and the murmur of the stream. Translated from the ancient Quechua language, Yacuruna means water people. Living in the depths of the Amazon, the Yacuruna were believed to swim with silver-scaled dolphins, the same mystical creatures that Lucas had encountered on his previous adventure. They rode massive river manatees like horses across the currents and could talk to fish, trees, and even the stars. Their wisdom was said to be as boundless as the rivers themselves, and their powers were as strong as the currents that coursed through their veins. According to legend, the Yacuruna could heal any sickness and mend even the most broken of hearts. Their touch could soothe the troubled waters of the soul and bring peace to those who sought their aid. But perhaps the greatest wonder attributed to the Yacuruna was their ability to build underwater cities. These mythical settlements were crafted from precious stones, shimmering gems that glittered like captured starlight. Hidden beneath the surface of the river, the cities were invisible to the human eye unless the Yacuruna themselves chose to reveal them. If someone was worthy enough to gain their trust, the Yacuruna would guide them to witness the magnificence of their homes. Yet despite their immense power and wisdom, the Yacuruna were a shy and elusive race. They preferred the solitude of the watery depths, emerging only when the moon was full or when the rivers needed their protection. The Yacuruna were fiercely protective of their home and their people. They viewed humans with a mix of fascination and caution, recognizing our capacity for both great love and terrible destruction. Only those who respected the rivers and honored nature itself could hope to catch a glimpse of the Yacuruna and their wondrous ways. In the heart of the Amazon, where the mighty river weaves its magic and the spirits of nature run deep, the legend of the Yacuruna continues to thrive. The very mention of their name stirs the imagination and carries us to a realm where the boundaries between myth and reality blur, leaving us to wonder about the secrets that lie beneath the surface of the world's greatest river. The Yacuruna, Lucas's underwater adventure. After sharing the tale, Grandpa João reached into his pocket and pulled out a small, intricately carved wooden amulet shaped like a river dolphin. He placed it in Lucas's hand and said, "The Yacuruna will only reveal themselves to those who respect the rivers and honor nature. If they choose to trust you, Lucas, they'll show you wonders no one else has ever seen." With the amulet clutched tightly in his hand, Lucas felt a surge of determination. He wanted to see the Yacuruna, not just for himself, but to prove his grandfather's stories were true. So later that night, when the moon hung heavy in the star-studded sky, he set out on his canoe for a spot far from civilization, where the river flowed calm and still. The journey was long and the silence was broken only by the gentle lapping of the water against the canoe. Just as Lucas began to feel disheartened, thinking the Yacuruna might only exist in Grandpa Joe's tales, the water beneath him started to glow. Soft green and blue lights swirled and danced, illuminating the surface of the river like liquid jewels. Then a large fish leaped from the water beside his boat. But this was no ordinary fish. Its scales sparkled like 1,000 stars and its eyes shimmered with the depth of the universe. Lucas held his breath as the fish swam closer, and he could swear the creature was smiling at him. The fish circled his canoe once, twice, then disappeared back into the depths. Suddenly, Lucas heard a song, not with his ears, but with his heart. It was a melody as old as the river itself, and it beckoned to him, calling him deeper into the heart of the Amazon. He didn't know it at the time, but the river was responding to the pure intentions of his heart, his love for the river and respect for its mystical inhabitants. As the song grew louder, the water before him parted gently, and Lucas found himself being pulled downward into the luminous depths. Despite the strange experience, he wasn't afraid. In fact, it was as if he were being welcomed into an enchanted place where the laws of nature were suspended and anything was possible. And then he saw them. Beneath the river, towers of crystal rose from the riverbed, sparkling like shards of moonlight. Schools of silver fish weaved in and out of the crystalline formations, creating a mesmerizing dance of light and movement. But what truly stole Lucas's breath away was the sight of the Yacuruna themselves. They glided through the water with the grace of dolphins, their long flowing hair trailing behind them like water plants swaying in a gentle current. Their skin shimmered with a soft, ethereal glow, like moonstone catching the pale beams of moonlight filtering through the water. The Yacuruna were unlike anything Lucas had ever seen before, yet there was a familiarity about them that he couldn't quite place. As he watched in awe, one of the Yacuruna broke away from the group and swam closer to Lucas. It was a young Yacuruna, no older than Lucas himself, with wide curious eyes and a warm smile that radiated kindness and welcome. "Greetings, child of the Sun tribe," the Yacuruna said, his voice echoing with the music of the flowing river. "I am Yaru, and we are the Yacuruna, the water people." Then Yaru did something unexpected. He reached out a hand, not in greeting, but in invitation. Lucas hesitated for a moment, unsure if he should accept the offer. But something compelled him forward, urging him to take Yaru's hand and dive deeper into the mysteries of the underwater realm. The moment Lucas touched Yaru's hand, a jolt of energy surged through him. It was as if a hidden door within him had swung open, revealing a vast, unexplored landscape. As they sank further into the river's embrace, Lucas realized that the Yacuruna were not just mythical beings from his grandfather's stories, but real, living, breathing inhabitants of the Amazon. Beneath the surface, Yaru led Lucas on a journey through the heart of the underwater realm. They swam past coral gardens teeming with colorful fish and graceful sea turtles. Giant river otters frolicked around them, their playful antics echoing with laughter. And everywhere Lucas looked, he saw wonders that defied his wildest imagination. Then Yaru stopped, turning to Lucas with an expectant gaze. "Welcome to the heart of the rivers, child of the Sun tribe," Yaru said, gesturing to the magnificent vista before them. "Here, every tree above has its roots below, connecting all living things in a timeless song." As Lucas looked around, he saw an intricate network of roots spreading like veins throughout the riverbed. The roots pulsed with a gentle, rhythmic glow, and it was through them that the Yacuruna communicated with the trees and other life forms in the Amazon. One of the most remarkable things Lucas noticed was the vibrant health of the ecosystem surrounding the roots. Lush green plants carpeted the riverbed, and schools of fish darted playfully around the crystalline structures. The roots seemed to exude a powerful energy that nurtured and protected all life that thrived within their embrace. It was as if the roots themselves were sentient beings, reaching out with their delicate tendrils to caress the fish and whisper secrets to the plants. The scene before him was a harmonious blend of raw natural beauty and intricate interconnectedness that left Lucas in awe. In that magical underwater realm, Yaru revealed the deepest secret of the Yacuruna and their world. He explained how their very existence was intrinsically linked to the health and well-being of the Amazon River system. According to Yaru, the Yacuruna drew their power and sustenance from the purity of the waters and the vitality of the forest that lined the riverbanks. Conversely, they were acutely aware of any disturbances or imbalances that occurred within the ecosystem. When humans encroached on their territory, polluting the rivers or disrupting the natural order, the Yacuruna sensed it immediately. This deep connection to the environment allowed the Yacuruna to protect the Amazon from harm. With their telepathic abilities, they could communicate directly with the animals, plants, and even the spirits of the river itself. If any threat arose, the Yacuruna would rally the forces of nature, summoning herds of pink dolphins to block fishing nets, guiding giant otters to chase away intruders, and enlisting the help of the river's inhabitants to safeguard their shared home. The Yacuruna were not just guardians of the Amazon, but also its historians. They possessed an ancient wisdom that spanned countless generations, having witnessed the evolution of the rainforest firsthand. Over millennia, the Yacuruna had observed the impact of human activities on the environment and had seen firsthand the consequences of unchecked progress. They understood the delicate balance that sustained the Amazon and knew that even the smallest disruption could have far-reaching implications. Realizing the gravity of the situation, Lucas pledged to do everything in his power to protect the Amazon and its mystical inhabitants. He promised the Yacuruna that he would become their voice, speaking on behalf of the voiceless and fighting for the preservation of their shared home. As the sun began its slow descent, casting long shadows over the river's surface, Lucas knew it was time to return to the world above. With a heavy heart, he bid farewell to Yaru and the other Yacuruna, promising to carry their message with him always. As Lucas resurfaced, the familiar sounds of the jungle washed over him, and the vibrant colors of the rainforest seemed even more vivid than before. The trees rustled in the breeze, and the distant calls of monkeys echoed through the canopy. Blinking away the last vestiges of the underwater realm, Lucas looked back at the river, searching for any sign of the Yacuruna. But the surface of the water was calm and still, offering no glimpse into the magic that lay beneath. However, Lucas knew that the experience had forever changed him. He clutched the river dolphin amulet tightly, feeling its smooth surface against his skin. It served as a constant reminder of the wonders he had witnessed and the responsibility he had taken on as a protector of the Amazon. From that day forward, Lucas became a tireless advocate for the Amazon rainforest. He shared his experiences with anyone who would listen, inspiring others to appreciate the beauty and fragility of the natural world. He worked tirelessly to raise awareness about the threats facing the Amazon and to find ways to protect it from harm. And whenever he felt lost or discouraged, he would close his eyes, remembering the wise words of Yaru and the other Yacuruna. He knew that their spirits resided in the heart of the river, watching over him and guiding him on his path. Years went by, and Lucas grew older, yet his passion for protecting the Amazon never faded. He had followed his curiosity, delved into the depths of the mystical river and emerged with a profound understanding of the interconnectedness of all life. His journey had been one of self-discovery, courage and unwavering determination in the face of adversity. Through his actions, Lucas proved that one person's curiosity and dedication could make a difference in the fight to protect the environment. He became a beacon of hope, showing that with passion and perseverance, it was possible to preserve the wonders of the natural world for future generations to marvel at and explore.